Warning: this video contains major spoilers for Kaiji parts 3 through 5. Welcome back to What's in a Villain, where we talk about great villains and what makes them great. Kaiji is my favorite anime of all time and is currently a contender for my favorite manga. There's just something so special about this series, from its strange art style to its masterful use of tension. This series struck all the right chords with me. Another great thing about Kaiji is its amazing villains. Each one is unique and will leave a permanent impression on you. One of these villains just so happens to be the topic of today's video. I recently finished the One Poker arc of Kaiji and thought a great way to celebrate would be to make a video about its main villain, Kazuya Hyodo. As per usual, we will start with a summary of Kazuya's role in the story and how he affects the reader, before getting into a much deeper character analysis. Let's get right into it. Kazuya is first introduced a short while into the minefield mahjong arc. He is called there to act as a neutral judge for Kaiji's mahjong match against Takashi Muraoka. This is where we first see Kazuya's interest in gambling. We later learn that officiating gambles seems to be Kazuya's primary source of entertainment. Later in the match, Kazuya begins to supply Kaiji with money so he can continue gambling under the stipulation that if he loses, he will have to have a body part removed and sold on the black market to pay his debt. However, the amount Kaiji will owe Kazuya is so much that he will have to pay it back with his vital organs, killing him. This is where we see another trait of Kazuya's, his sadism and coldness towards human life. This works to make him an extremely frightening figure, adding tension and stakes to a match that seemed like it had little risk at first. Kazuya is about to get a whole lot scarier though. Kazuya reveals to Kaiji that he is the son of Kazutaka Hyodo, a foe Kaiji had faced before and lost to. We have already seen just how depraved Hyodo is, so we can only imagine how sadistic and insane Kazuya is. Kaiji eventually wins the match, and Kazuya forces Muraoka to pay up. This is where we first see Kazuya's fairness. Kaiji emphasizes Kazuya's fairness as well, making Kazuya seem rather trustworthy. Kazuya offers to gamble against Kaiji and Kaiji accepts. But first, Kazuya has something he wants to show Kaiji. The entire next arc is dedicated to showing just how sadistic Kazuya is, as well as shedding some light on his personal philosophy. All to hype up the battle between Kazuya and Kaiji. Kazuya takes Kaiji to a graveyard and shows that he already has a grave prepared for Kaiji. This shows that Kazuya is rather confident that he will win. Kazuya then reveals that he runs a company specializing in covering up murders under the guise of construction accidents or suicides. If you didn't think Kazuya was as deranged as his father before, now you certainly do. Kazuya then brings Kaiji to a club he owns, where he puts on a show of torture and murder for rich customers. This shows that Kazuya is not above torture and murder. He actively participates and gets pleasure from it. Kazuya also reveals that he is an aspiring writer who takes inspiration from real gambles he has witnessed. All of Kazuya's novels focus on his life philosophy, that no one can be trusted and money conquers all, even love and friendship. This obviously contrasts with Kaiji's overly trusting nature, making Kazuya a perfect foil to Kaiji. Kazuya then shows Kaiji the Salvation Game, a death game whose participants are three close friends, Mitsuyama, Chang, and Mario. The game is designed to test the three's trust in one another and their greed. And thus, an ideological battle between Kaiji and Kazuya begins. Despite his emphasis on fairness, Kazuya slowly begins to interfere in the Salvation Game, creating misunderstandings that cause the Asian three to become more distrustful of each other. Due to these misunderstandings, in the end, Mitsuyama betrays his friends and takes the money, leaving them to die, proving Kazuya right. Kazuya makes a deal with Kaiji. If he pays an exorbitant amount of money, he will save Chang and Mario, thinking that Kaiji won't do it. Kaiji pays the money to save them, disproving Kazuya's philosophy, but Kazuya says that Kaiji only did it because he was scared to see someone die, making Kazuya still technically the winner of this battle of ideologies. Now, for the showdown between Kaiji and Kazuya. One Poker. As the son of Hyodo, Kazuya is already built up to be a formidable opponent, but one poker shows just how dangerous he is. One poker is a constant back and forth between Kaiji and Kazuya. It seems like no matter how much of an advantage Kaiji has, Kazuya always seems to make a comeback in some way. This is in part due to Kazuya's amazing luck. The Kaiji series never involved anything supernatural, but Kazuya's luck is so good that it is almost unhuman. Kazuya is also very good at setting up traps, often taking multiple turns to set them up. Kazuya is good at playing the waiting game, something that gives him the advantage in the later rounds. It also turns out that despite Kazuya's boast of fairness before the match, he is actually cheating. Another home advantage for Kazuya. At this point, it seems like the only way for Kaiji to take out Kazuya is to take him down in one hand. And that's just what Kaiji does. Kaiji manages to make Kazuya bet everything he has, including his own life. Kaiji then wins the hand, but lucky for Kazuya, Kaiji spares his life. It seems that the only way Kaiji could defeat Kazuya was to use his own arrogance against him, and then shatter that arrogance. So now that we've gone over Kazuya's role in this story, let's take a look at his character, starting from perhaps the most important moment of his life. Something I failed to mention earlier was Mother Sophie, the machine Kazuya uses to play one poker. This machine is actually named after Kazuya's own mother. When Kazuya was a child, he was aboard his family's yacht. Something struck the boat and Kazuya fell overboard. Kazuya's older brother Kazuki also fell overboard at the same time. Kazuya's mother, Sophie, dived in and immediately rescued Kazuki, but did not know that Kazuya was still overboard and drowning. Eventually, the family maid took notice that Kazuya was drowning and saved him. Kazuya believed that his mother simply ignored him and saved Kazuki instead, since she was looking at Kazuya when it happened. However, this is all a misunderstanding. As it turns out, Sophie was actually looking at a mirror at the time and saw Kazuki fall off through the mirror. She did not intentionally ignore Kazuya. She was simply just not looking at the time. This would turn out to be a very formative experience for Kazuya. Since he harbored such resentment towards Sophie, he never managed to confess his feelings to her, and she died a few years later, never knowing how much her son hated her. This event would be the start of a major theme that would affect Kazuya all throughout his life. Distrust. Kazuya does not trust a single person in this world. He pretty much states that he has no real friends. Kazuya views everyone who tries to get close to him as leeches, trying to mooch off his wealth. And he's not entirely wrong. This mindset comes from another traumatic moment in his life. Kazuya was out with a few friends when some kidnappers appeared. They wanted to kidnap Kazuya for ransom money, but the problem was, they didn't know what Kazuya looked like. They asked Kazuya's friends who he was, and despite them knowing the kidnappers' intentions, they still pointed out Kazuya out of fear. Kazuya was then kidnapped and eventually released. These people clearly only hung out with Kazuya due to his wealth. They were not true friends. This just made Kazuya distrust people even more. From his point of view, nobody ever shows their true selves to him due to their fear of his father and desire to take some of his wealth. This is why Kazuya is so attracted to life or death gambles. He believes that humans only show their true selves when put under immense pressure. These gambles give Kazuya the opportunity to take off the masks of friendship people wear and experience the ugly reality of human nature. Kazuya is obsessed with this. He feels as though he has uncovered an ugly truth of the world that must be told, and that is why he writes about these gambles in his novels. Kazuya says that he writes novels because no one can judge his novels based on his wealth or his father's influence. They can only judge his work based on how good it is. However, I believe there is another side to this. I believe Kazuya writes because he wants to be recognized. He wants to be recognized as a genius who has figured out the true side of humans. He wants to be recognized as someone who knows a truth that others can't handle. It is very much a black pill-esque mentality. Kazuya has cast aside all emotion to discover that money beats friendship and love, and thus should be commended for his discovery. Kazuya is very dead set on this worldview and refuses to back down when it is challenged. He seems to be very stubborn in general. When Kaiji saves Chang and Mario, instead of taking this as a sign that perhaps there are exceptions to his philosophy, Kazuya instead makes the excuse that Kaiji was too scared to see someone die. He makes a similar conclusion when Chang and Mario bet their own lives to save Kaiji. Instead of thinking that perhaps Chang and Mario really care about Kaiji, Kazuya thinks that they just did it so they could get in on Kaiji's prize money. Sometimes it seems like Kazuya doesn't even want to be proven wrong. In the case where he simply makes up an excuse that benefits his point of view. This refusal to accept being wrong can even be seen when he is staring down death. When Kazuya is about to die, he begs Kaiji to save him. Kaiji tries his best, but it is very hard. Every time Kaiji screws up, Kazuya freaks out and starts ranting about how Kaiji is intentionally trying to kill him. Kazuya is unable to trust Kaiji, and the slightest slip-up makes Kazuya paranoid, convinced that Kaiji has malicious intent. Kazuya also has a very interesting view of fairness. Kazuya constantly emphasizes that all of his gambles are fair, yet he can be seen cheating in all of them. I don't believe that Kazuya lies when he says he is fair. Perhaps his view of fairness is simply different from ours. I think that Kazuya views cheating as fair. In order to win, you must overcome cheating. This can be seen in the Salvation game. Kazuya interferes, but only in ways that will cause slight misunderstandings. If the players can't overcome these misunderstandings, then they aren't truly friends. In One Poker, Kazuya also cheats, but he gives Kaiji the chance to cheat as well. Before the game, he gives Kaiji a toothpick that is able to open up the hidden card tray in Mother Sophie, thus giving Kaiji an equal advantage to Kazuya. Kaiji just has to figure it out. However, when Kazuya is truly backed up against the wall, he is able to completely disregard this fairness, as seen when Kazuya uses the other hidden card tray that only he can open. He doesn't even give Kaiji the ability to open this tray. Overall, despite Kazuya's belief in fair cheating, he is still very much a hypocrite. Kazuya was such a likable character. Despite all the horrible acts he commits, I found myself never able to hate him. Perhaps it's his humorous dialogue, perhaps it's his sympathetic backstory, I don't know why, but I found him so entertaining. I really hope we see more of Kazuya in the future. He was such a fun character, especially when he is interacting with Kaiji. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments who your favorite Kaiji villain was and why. This is CJ Max signing off. Have a nice tragedy.